We start on a bloody floor, a towering genie roaring with anger, a woman missing a hand, a man in rags shaking in the corner. The genie offers a twisted mercy. He will spare the man's life, but steal his form. He commands the prince to pick the animal he'll spend the rest of eternity as: a dog, an ass, a lion, or a bird. Looking at this pathetic, cowering woodcutter, you wouldn't guess his real identity. He is a scholar, a master of languages, and the son of a king. He had the finest education and all the protections of royalty. Yet staring down a vengeful spirit, all the wealth and titles in the world are utterly useless. Months earlier, this prince was traveling as an ambassador to India, leading a wealthy caravan loaded with 10 camels full of royal gifts. Then a rapidly moving cloud of dust appeared on the horizon. It concealed a band of 50 heavily armed robbers. They slaughtered his retinue, leaving the prince to flee alone into the wilderness on horseback. He wandered for a month until he stumbled into a beautiful city, but a local tailor recognized his high-born manners and delivered a grim warning. The ruler of this city is his father's greatest enemy. If he is discovered, he will be executed. The tailor handed him a short coat, a cord, and an axe. The prince had to trade his silk for coarse rags and spend his days chopping firewood to blend in. To survive the political dangers above ground, he had to completely erase who he was. He became a nobody, entirely isolated from his past. A year into this grueling new life, he ventured deeper into the woods and struck something metallic. Digging through the earth, he uncovered a heavy iron ring bolted to a metal trapdoor. He climbed down the dark staircase and found himself inside a massive, brilliantly lit underground palace with golden pillars. There he met the captive princess of the Ebony Isle. This timeline tracks a quarter-century of captivity. For 9 days, she is left in total solitude, but every 10th day, the genie descends. Beside her door sits an ornate talisman. A single touch shatters this piece, bringing him screaming inside. The prince had stumbled into a highly volatile, magically rigged trap. The rules were clear. Wait out the safe window, don't touch the alarm. One misstep, guaranteed death. The princess dressed him in royal clothes and served him a lavish feast. Warmed by the line and his restored status, the prince's old arrogance quickly bubbled to the surface. She begged him to leave before the genie arrived. Instead, he scoffed. He declared he wasn't afraid of any genie and decided to prove his dominance by intentionally smashing the summoning talisman. Ignoring her terrified screams, he kicked the talisman. It shattered into 1,000 pieces. Instantly, the air turned pitch black, and the palace violently shook. All of his royal bravery vanished in a second. He stripped off his fine clothes, threw on his rags, and sprinted up the stairs in blind terror, leaving the princess behind, along with his woodcutter's hatchet and shoes. It was his own hubris that doomed them. His desperate need to flex his royal superiority triggered the catastrophic trap we saw at the very beginning of our story. Back on the surface, the prince locked himself inside his room at the tailor's house, sick with shame over what he had unleashed. His hiding didn't last long. An old man knocked on the door, holding the exact hatchet and shoes the prince left in the underground palace. The visitor dropped the disguise. He was the son of the daughter of Eblis, the genie himself. He had used the forgotten tools to track the prince right to his doorstep. Before the prince could even speak, the genie seized him, dragged him into the air at lightning speed, and slammed him down into the underground tavern, catching us up to the bloody floor where we began. Escaping the consequences was impossible. The very rags and tools he used to hide his identity became the tracking devices that sealed his doom. Standing over the pair, the genie demanded to know if they had conspired against him. Despite the agony, the princess claimed she had never seen the man before. The prince matched her loyalty, refusing to confess even when the genie shoved a sword into his hands and ordered him to cut off her head. The prince threw the blade to the floor, refusing to harm an innocent woman. In response, the genie picked it up and with a single swing, cut off the princess's hand. The prince tried to be noble. He tried physical bravery and self-sacrifice, but against an irrational, overwhelming force, traditional heroism completely fails. Having punished the princess, the genie turned his wrath fully on the prince, preparing to wipe away his humanity and turn him into a beast. The prince realized his physical strength was useless, but his mind still worked. Instead of groveling for mercy, he offered his executioner a trade. He asked for the same forgiveness given by a man whose neighbor was eaten up with envy. It was a calculated hook, dropping a strange, unresolved mystery right at the genie's feet. Against a force that can shatter palaces and sever limbs, a well-placed hook has done what the prince's sword could not. He has traded his life for a cliffhanger, betting that the genie's curiosity is stronger than his rage.